So it's time for another DVD and Blu Ray update. Now this is going to be a combination of stuff that I actually bought twice recently. We've been to Manchester, so while there I've picked up a few things, bits and pieces, and some of which was bought with money that I got for my birthday, some of which I just bought because I thought I'd treat myself, because it's not very often I get to buy DVDs and Blu Rays. So we'll start off with Final Destination 5. This is the Steelbook, as you can see here. This was actually £5 in a shop called Fop, which is great value. I mean, this is still going for a lot more than that online, so that's Final Destination 5. Film I really enjoy. I like the Final Destination franchise, and this is probably my favourite film of the franchise. I really enjoyed this movie. It's a good little horror film, so I highly recommend it. Also picked up Dario Argento's Inferno. This is the Arrow Blu-ray release. Steadily building my Arrow collection, but that's Inferno. Film I haven't seen, so I can't really comment on. Laura actually picked up an Arrow film herself, one that she really wanted to see because she loves the trauma movies, and she picked up Class of Newcomb High. So that's that. Another film I haven't seen, so I can't really comment on, but trauma films are fairly mental, so that's Class of Newcomb High. I also picked up Dario Argento's The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, however he's plumage, I don't know how you pronounce that, I'm sorry. So there's that, one of his earlier films apparently. Yeah, like I say, building the Arrow collection. Also picked up a couple of Arrow DVDs. The first being Dario Argento's Terror at the Opera. Been on a bit of a Dario Argento kick recently. Terror at the Opera, there you go. As well as Silent Night, Deadly Night. Now, what I would like to do, because as you know I've been doing Horror Movie Month recently, maybe in the couple of weeks leading up to Christmas I might do some Christmas movies. This would definitely be one of them, that's Silent Night, Deadly Night. Laura also picked up a Shameless DVD that she really wanted called Ratman, The Critter from the Shitter, which is a great cover there, parody of the Jaws poster. So there's that. Shameless, basically Arrow's main rivals in releasing old sort of horror and exploitation movies on DVD and Blu Ray, so that's Shameless DVD. I also picked up a Shameless DVD, one that I watched as part of Horror Movie Month, and you'll see that a couple of videos ago. It's The Night Train Murders, essentially intended as an unofficial sequel to The Last House on the Left. Very effective little horror film, I enjoyed that quite a bit. Picked up in the 3 for £5, I got two, and we were actually visited by Liam, DVD Weasel, or Liam Greaves Media now here on YouTube. He picked up Saw 6 in this deal, and I picked up The Exorcism of Emily Rose. If you want to see my thoughts on that, go check out my last Horror Movie Month video. It's now completely broken. No, there you go. So that's The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and I picked up Feast on Liam's recommendation. I haven't watched this yet, but again, it was in the 3 for £5, so I can't really complain. And then in HMV, we picked up for £2 Silent Hill, that I really want to see again because I'd like to see the new one. I've only seen this once and thought it was fairly average, but I was going to give it another chance. And the classic original version of The Hills Have Eyes by Wes Craven, so there's that. I also picked up, I've been on a very sort of big 80s action movie kick at the moment, because I think because for the last month I've been watching nothing but horror movies. I've really needed to sort of escape from that, so as soon as this month's all done and dusted and behind me, I'm going to be moving on to 80s action movies. So I started off with a throwback to 80s action movies, and that is The Expendables, a film that is in no way near as good as it should be, but it's actually very enjoyable. First time I watched this I didn't like it, second time I appreciated it for what it is. Rather than being a kind of hyperkinetic action movie version of these old films, it's essentially, it could fit quite comfortably in with the sort of sluggish straight-to-video action movies that it's essentially homaging. So that's The Expendables. Also picked up Time Cop, a Van Damme movie that's produced by Sam Raimi. The clues in the title, he's a time-travelling police officer. A very good little action film. I like Time Cop a lot. I watched Time Cop quite a bit when I was little, so I did really enjoy that. And also Universal Soldier, starring Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren. I nearly called him Dolph Lunchbox. But that's Universal Soldier. Roland Emmerich's first English language film, I believe. A great action movie, and actually a lot more violent than you probably remember it being. It's ultra violent, Universal Soldier. It's a great little film. Also picked up one I think two I've never seen. The first of which is Tango and Cash, starring Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell. It's a buddy cop film, action movie from the 80s. I've not seen it, so I can't comment on it. A film I have seen when I was a kid is Stallone's Cobra. Again, I can't really remember this, so I need to watch it again before I can comment on it, but that's Cobra. Most of these were literally in a multi-buy deal, so I haven't spent an awful lot on these. Also picked up Arnold Schwarzenegger in Red Sonja. This is the other film I haven't seen. I've seen the Conan movies, and while I know that this isn't Conan, you know, the character isn't Conan, he is basically Conan apparently. So I thought, I need to see that for completion's sake, so that's Arnold Schwarzenegger's Red Sonja. And then going from 80s sort of cheesy action to something very different, I also picked up Lars von Trier's Melancholia, which is probably, it's one of my favourite films of last year. I believe, was it last year it came out? I loved this movie. It's one of my favourite Lars von Trier's movie. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Melancholia. I did actually review this on YouTube, so go check out that video if you haven't already, but that's Melancholia. And finally, for £22, I picked up the first 3 seasons of Breaking Bad in this box set. I've only seen up until the last episode of the first season, and people keep recommending Breaking Bad to me, so I thought it's actually cheaper to buy the first 3 than just get seasons 2 and 3. So I thought I'd check that out, so that's Breaking Bad. As I say, that was a combination of what I've been picking up over the last few weeks, along with stuff I've picked up with my birthday money. So that's it. There'll be more DVD and Blu Ray updates in the future when I buy more stuff. But until then, thank you for watching, rating, commenting and subscribing. You're all absolutely brilliant. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.